All right, everyone, thanks for joining us tonight. It is May 2nd, and I know it's kind of not our typical team call night, but we have like the most awesomest guest speaker ever. I'm really excited to have Jessica Vandeburghe on the call tonight. If you don't know Jessica, she's actually kind of in our bigger team, so she's my upline's personally sponsored coaches. So we're kind of like in that same family tree. And when I first came on as a coach, Jessica was like one of the first people that I kind of knew like in the Beachbody world as being like a really successful coach. So from day one, she was always a coach that I kind of admired just because she was so authentic and she really built her business with just great, just being a real person. And it was just that vibrancy of Jessica that I've always just kind of like really admired and was just like, wow, like and I'll kind of talk about all her little fancy schmancy things that she's accomplished. But it goes to show that her hard work and her dedication to her people and to her team has completely paid off. So let me just introduce Jessica, and so I don't forget, I'm going to kind of read off all of her accomplishments. So obviously, she's a mom of two, and that's why I kind of wanted her on the call, because I remember seeing her at every single summit I went to. She was there, whether she had a newborn, whether she was pregnant, whether she had both kids in tow. Like, she was always there, and she put her family first. So I think Jessica was a great person for kind of the topic I wanted to talk about, have her speak on tonight. So she's a mom of two, and she loves helping mamas be more confident. She just celebrated her 5th year as a Beachbody coach on April 28th. She is an 11-star qualifying diamond with 17 active diamonds between all her business centers. And she has 24 lifetime diamonds. And she's a 4-time elite coach, and also has hit Success Club 10 All-Star Legends, meaning she hit it 24 plus months in a row. So you can tell Jessica has some amazing accomplishments. So thank you, Jessica, for jumping on the call, and I'll turn it over to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rose, for having me. Thanks so much, you guys, for being here and taking your time out. For us, it is 5:30, and I do have 2 kids, so you're going to hear some chaos going on back here, but they're well taken care of, I promise. So it just goes to show the sacrifices that you make as a mom. There's definitely always sacrifice, but you always have to keep your family as your priority. So for me, first and foremost, family's number one, but I do not let my family be my excuse either. And I tell my team that day in and day out, you are here for a reason. What is your why? And what is that driving force of what you want coaching to do for you? It usually has something to do with your family or the way it's going to impact your family. And so really discovering what that why is and what that driving force is really going to help you propel in this business. So you hear all these accolades, and for me, like I shared on Lisa's call last week, it's for me, I like to highlight all the failures, because when you highlight only the accolades, you don't assume or you don't realize all of the failure that comes with those accomplishments. And behind every successful person is a lot of failure. So definitely, I started off with no training. I started off in this business 5 years ago, and there was no Coach Basics. There was no training in the online office. It was kind of like, this is what we do. There was no even challenge groups back then, if you can believe that. I came in actually as an accident. I was a diamond coach lead. I accidentally signed up for Shakeology for the 30-day money back guarantee and clicked on a coach box. And so this fell right into my lap, and it's the biggest blessing. And for us, We only had one child at the time when I started coaching. She was 3 years old. Money was not my driving force in this business because I actually, like I said, signed up as an accident. When Lisa had contacted me, I denied her. I was like, I didn't sign up. I don't know. I think you got the wrong person. I don't know what you're talking about. And it was really her story that captured me. Her story, which is not relatable to mine, but it was relatable for me to be able to help my personal training clients on a whole new level. And that's where I connected. So the power of your story is going to connect and be relatable to people on many different levels. So never be afraid of sharing your story to anybody. And remember, they always say facts tell, stories sell. People don't want to hear about the facts until they're already interested, till they've already connected with you. And so when I connected with that and realized this was an opportunity for me to help so many people, it still was not about the money. I specifically told her, I'm in this to be able to help more people around the United States and not just in my local community at my gym. And because I had that mentality, I was like, I don't care if people tell me no or not. I'm just out there to help people. If they don't want to do this, that's fine. I hated home parties. I hated to be sold to. So I was not going to be that person. But I was super passionate about fitness, and I was super excited about trying Shakeology that I just got out there and I talked to everybody about this. And the one thing that captured my why at the beginning was when she told me there was a trip you could earn. And when I really honed in on my why and why that was so powerful and important to me is really when I took the bull by the horns and just rode hard. And the reason I say that is because it brings you back to your why. If I had not discovered that why, I would not be where I'm at right now. There would have not been a driving force or a reason to make sacrifice, a reason to show up each and every day to want something greater for my family. So when I talk about the why, it has to be something so deep rooted that it's going to pull your buns out of bed early in the morning at an uncomfortable time that is earlier than what you're waking up right now. Because that is the sacrifice I'm talking about right now tonight on this call that you as mommies are going to have to start making to step your business up into the next level. Because just as well as I do, your kids need you all throughout the day. Kids' nap times change, their bedtimes change. Everything changes. Kids are unpredictable, right? So you have to find the time that is a sacrifice for you, that is your best chance to create success. And for me, that is waking up at 4:45 in the morning. My kids on usually average wake up at 7:30 in the morning. So that leaves me 2 hours and 45 minutes of time that I can get my workout in and I could work my business. And then for me, now having a toddler, that business hour, I can do extra stuff, trainings, whatever, in the afternoon during nap time. But my work is done in the morning so that if that is inconsistent in the afternoon, that I know peace of mind that I got my to-do list done earlier. So I'm going to talk to you guys about a couple things, but the biggest thing I'm going to drive home tonight is your mindset and your belief in yourself, because number one, that is your holdback. That is what is stopping you in your tracks where you're at right now. So 5 things we're going to talk about: your mindset and your why. I've kind of talked a little bit about that. 2 is to constantly be sharing your journey. And know what your mission is. Come up with a mission of why you're doing this, because sometimes when you have a why that you are super, connected with, but it's not a complete driving force, it can go away. So once you achieve your goal, if you don't have a mission that you're working towards, you can lose your driving force. You can lose that momentum, that energy. And so you really have to have a bigger mission of what is driving you forward. Number 3 is to treat your social media like a journal. And the 4th one is to overcome statistics. I'll go into that a little bit. And then the 4th one is to share the benefits of, what this business, what the products can do for you by reaping them yourself. So we are going to back that up and base it all around being pregnant, and being a mom, because that's why I'm on this call, right? So when I started, my daughter was 3. I was working a full-time personal training job and a part-time job teaching classes, running a ragged rundown schedule based on what my client schedule was. And I had my 3-year-old daughter in tow. And you want to talk about what you think is a perfect schedule is the most imperfect schedule possible, because even though I could have flexibility, I had no flexibility because I had to fit in my appointments based on my client's schedule. And if I didn't do that, I didn't have clients. And some days I would show up to the time that worked best for them, only for them to no show. And I don't get paid for that. And it really stinks when your daughter is sleeping in the car, or she's sleeping and you have to wake her up to go into a client's house. And it was very imperfect. But it paid our bills too. So I had to keep doing it. And so when I started Beachbody Coaching, I had to work my business around that. I had to wake up earlier to make that sacrifice. And I had to find those pockets of time that I could work from my list, my to-do list. If I didn't have a to-do list, I'd be a hot mess, more so than I already am. Then from there, it was really making sure that I was constantly a student, constantly learning, and constantly following coaches that I admired that were having success, because success leaves clues, right? So you're not just going out there doing the same thing over and over again. If it's not working for you, change it up. That's the awesome part about the network, is there's so many amazing coaches in this business that are doing something that is working at the current time. What are they doing? There's no wrong way to invite. There's no wrong way to follow up. There's no wrong personal growth and development to do, right? There's no wrong workout. Just put any workout in and press play and start moving your feet, there's no wrong way to do what we do. And that's the beauty of this business. So to talk about your mindset and your why, right? When you get pregnant, I see so many people use that as a reason of why they can't. It's like they're broke, right? When some women get pregnant, they think all of a sudden because they got pregnant that they're broke down and they can't continue doing what they're already doing. So as a professional personal trainer, nutritionist, and fitness instructor, you need to keep making those same choices that are healthy, those same actions, exercising. You can still be exercising the same way you are now as when you're pregnant. It's not until you have to start modifying that things start getting uncomfortable, maybe depending on how big you grow, how fast. I was running, full-blown running and doing the 21-day fix when I was 8.5 months pregnant. Now, my running was probably like a really fast walk, but I was running, pumping my arms, but it was heavy. My tummy was heavy. It was uncomfortable. My heart rate got up. And that is the point I'm talking about. When you get the point of uncomfortable or where it's just really awkward to do something, that is when you modify. You can't quit up here before because you've settled. Your body, your baby is going to be much healthier if you continue going at the pace you're going. Now, be working with your doctor, but I can guarantee you your doctor is going to want you to keep exercising. So the statistic on number 4 that I was going to talk about is only 23% of women that get pregnant have some sort of mild fitness routine. 1 in 4 women add some sort of fitness in. And that's very moderate fitness. Okay, 1 in 4. So wrap your mind around what it would feel like if you were fit, healthy, energized. And you know just as well as I do, if you've been pregnant, that first trimester stinks because you're dead tired usually, right? Some get really sick too. But if you can keep going mentally, you are going to overcome a lot of obstacles a lot faster. I went into my pregnancy with my second baby. Mind you, it took me 4.5 years to get pregnant with him. So our kids are 9 years old and 20 months old. I went through 3 years of major digestion problems because of the stress that I underwent with wondering why I couldn't get pregnant. right? That's a whole new ball game right there. But he's 20 months old. I went into this with nothing is going to stop me. I am going to create the healthiest human being possible. And I have Shakeology to fuel my body and to feed me and my baby during this whole process now. I didn't have that with my first child. I wanted to be the proof of the product while pregnant. I wanted to be the proof that somebody could continue their exercise routine, continue eating healthy, and, you know, do her best to keep her weight under control, to not have diabetes, to beat statistics, and to really show women that this was possible, that you could have a healthy pregnancy. You didn't have to be dead dog tired all the time, and that you didn't have to use pregnancy as an excuse, but rather a reason of why, right? It's the exact same thing that we talk about. Don't use your family and your kids as a reason of why you can't work this business. Make sacrifices and figure it out, because you signed up as a coach for a reason. And usually that reason is wrapped around your beautiful family. And I guarantee you, you're not going to be able to look them in the eyes and tell them that it got tough and quit, because you quit on them. And I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. If you signed up and you have a belief inside your heart of why you want to do this, you got to figure it out, because many other people have. Why are you so different? You're not. It's your mindset. So when you talk about your mindset and your why, you have to believe that you can do this. And how? It's because you're always a student. You're always learning. You're always putting one foot in front of the other. And you're showing up even on days you don't want to. Even days you're sick. Even on days your kids are sick. Whatever happens. I've had deaths in the family. I've been sick. My kids, all of my kids and my husband have been sick all at the same time. I struggled with 3 years of like debilitating digestion issues. But I looked at everything with a positive attitude. And that is how I made it through. You have the choice to create your own mindset. And if you don't believe in yourself, I highly suggest Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins has amazing personal growth and development that will really help propel you forward in your mindset and your belief of where you're going. So really figure out where you want to go with this. What do you want this to do for you? And be that mom, be that beacon of light for those other people on your news feed that, you know, are overweight and getting pregnant and wondering what they can do, right? If somebody's not exercising and they want to start exercising, there are so many amazing programs that they could get started with. You don't want to start somebody with an intense program if they were not used to it, right? Get them walking, get them moving more, Slim in 6, 21-day fix modified. I mean, there are so many options out there, and then they could still eat normally. I followed the 21-day fix program, ate on the next category above while I was pregnant and while I was nursing. And I had amazing results the whole time. I had great energy the whole time because I exercised and I fueled my body properly. I didn't use it as an excuse. Okay. So number 2, share as people are watching and really figure out your mission. So what is your mission in this business? And lead by that example. My mission in this business is to help other mamas be their happiest, most confident self and to create a life of freedom. That mission statement right there, I have only dabbled in. There are so many other women out there, other mommies that want to be debt-free. They want to travel. They want to be at home with their kids and not working full-time. They want to live a life of freedom, right? My mission has only barely begun after 5 years. There are so many other people to begin. So no matter what goals I accomplish, what dreams I crush for my family, I am still moving forward. There is nothing stopping me. I'm not sitting back and being like, yeah, just got new keys to a car. Who freaking cares? Money only magnifies who you are on the inside. Money doesn't make you anything spectacular. Let me just say that. I've watched people magnify into something super, super scary. Money magnifies what is in the inside already. And if you don't like what's on the inside, you got to fix it. Because as soon as you start getting successful, that's going to start coming out. And holy Moses, if it's not good, people are going to be like, whoa, don't want to hang out with that girl. Make sure you are taking care of you inside and out. Number one, right here. Because right here is what creates happiness, is what creates your mission, is what makes you a happy mom, a happy wife, and a happy life. It's not all the glitz and the glamour and the accolades and the houses and the cars and all of those things. All of those things are great. But if you're not great here, you're not going to be happy when you achieve them. And when you are pregnant and you are sharing that journey, you are missing a huge opportunity if you sit back and think, I'm going to take a little fiesta back here on my own, and I'm not going to share my story with anybody because I don't want anybody seeing what's going on this side as my tummy grows. No. You take selfies, you snap pictures of your tummy growing, you be excited, you stay positive, you lead by example, because you have women out there following you on your page to see what you're doing. And don't think that you can come back and snap right back out of it if you're not sharing your journey. I watch coaches get pregnant and they're super motivated. They get pregnant and it's like they're debilitated. Completely debilitated. And then they have their baby and they want to stay at home and not go back to work. I'm sorry. In 3 months of maternity leave or 6 weeks of maternity leave, you cannot create an income that's going to allow you to stay at home with your children. It takes time. 9 months, depending on what your income is and what you need to replace, I have seen it happen. I have seen it happen that you can make income to be able to stay at home and quit your job. The choice is yours. What is your why? Where is your mindset at? What is stopping you? So really make sure that you come up with a mission. It would be awesome for you guys to create a message thread in your team page of what each of your missions are and have it pinned, in your bathroom or on your computer. So then that way you're always reminded of it. And that every time you do public invites, every time you do challenge group invites, you are reminded of why you are doing this, and your passion and your heart are derived from that mission, and you come off in such a space of positivity to other people that you don't care how many no's you get, because some people are ready to jump on the mission and some people aren't. And your team can carry on that mission because you've led with it, right? So you're going to build a team of like-minded people. You always hear, what you put out there is what you attract, right? The vibe you put out there is the tribe you're going to get back. So make sure that you're sharing your journey as a journal, just like a journal. And the good, the bad, the ugly, but keep a positive spin on it. What are you doing about it? You are unique. You are special. You have something deep inside of you that someone's going to connect with that other people cannot. You know people that other people on your team don't. How are you going to connect? How can you put yourself out there in a vulnerable way with positivity? The third thing, treat your social media like your journal for accountability. So when I was pregnant, it was awesome accountability for me to share everything that I was doing because I wanted to lead by that example. What not better way to snapshot every part of your day and highlight it, right? Struggle or not, fatigue, you're sick, you're throwing up, you can't eat meat. I mean, there's so many things we deal with when we're pregnant, right? How many other women are going to relate to that? But you're staying positive. What are you doing about it? What are you doing to move forward? Make sure that you capture your social media as a direct reflection of your life present. So good day or bad day, you post it. Take a picture of yourself and throw a positive spin on it. Not every day could be a good day. If you only throw up a highlight reel, people are going to start following this highlight reel, and you're going to sign people up, and they're going to be like, whoa, that's not what I see on Facebook. You want to attract the same people like you. Perfectly imperfect. There's so many people out there with your same struggle that are on your Facebook newsfeed. So treat it like a journal, so people are attracted to you, you connect with more people, and that you can start helping more people. So let's go over this statistic a little bit. The statistic, 1 in 4 women exercise during pregnancy. So when you start thinking about it, doesn't it kind of make you sick to your stomach when you think about that? Like, how can you be the change in that statistic? How can you be the difference in somebody's life? What if you shared your journey and your story, and then that statistic, maybe with people on your newsfeed, you started helping 1 person, 2 people, 3 people that are pregnant, that saw you share your journey, that saw you continue doing what you're doing. I just had a lady that I just started helping probably about 2 years ago, joined my challenge group, and wasn't exercising. She got pregnant. She just had a baby a couple weeks ago, and she did the 21-day fix her whole pregnancy. I have people coming to me, Jesse, you had such an awesome pregnancy. What did you do for your fitness? I have my coaches asking all the time. Why? Because they saw my journey. I posted it all the time. I wasn't afraid to tell them. Yeah, I got out there and I freaking ran. It was uncomfortable. My tummy, ba-boom, ba-boom. I showed my belly band. I had to have a support band because it was so uncomfortable, right? Have you guys worn those? Thank you. They are ugly. Who cares? Who's going to see me out on the road? I don't care, right? What is comfortable for you? It doesn't matter what other people think. Get out there and make your body healthy. Make a healthy pregnancy. Create a healthy baby. Do the best you can do with what you have. Don't just sit back and eat bonbons and think that you're going to build this business by not leading by example, because you are going to attract your tribe in all of your posts. Okay, change that statistic and show your team what is possible, because you're going to have other moms. You're going to attract moms to your team, right? Show those moms what it's like to have a fit pregnancy. Show those moms how to share their journey. And I'm not talking about when you're tired and sick in the first trimester to not post, and then second trimester comes and you're all at it. What happened to you the first trimester? I'm not sure where your following's at, because I don't know where I heard it. I think it was on a training, because I watch a lot of YouTube videos, different coaches. I want to say it was Bonnie Engel talked about, like, so say you go to the newsstand and you pick up People magazine every single day. And one day you go and People magazine is gone. Okay, come back the next day to get it again, and it's gone. Come back the third day, and it's still gone. You're going to start picking up a different magazine, right? Because they're not showing up. Doesn't take very long for somebody to stop showing up on you. That's why it is so important to post regularly, connect, and treat it like a journal. Be relatable, because then if you stop posting during that first trimester when it gets tough for some, where are your followers going to be when you start posting in the second trimester? It's going to take all of second trimester of you posting 24/7 to start getting some people back following you. You've wasted a lot of time there, and you're trying to play catch up. You're trying to catch that momentum, and it's like starting over again. So don't stop. No matter if you feel good or not, share that, because that is what is relatable. Don't use it as an excuse. It's not going to get you anywhere. Mindset, remember, mindset and belief in yourself, no matter how you're feeling. So the last one is share the benefits and reap them yourself. So what are the benefits of exercise during pregnancy, right? You feel good. You're not as tired. You're more fit. They say it makes for a healthy delivery. I guess for me, I had 2 C-sections, so didn't really work out like I planned, but hey, what not better transformation though? Like, perfect example, you guys. My pregnancies, I'd be pregnant all the time. I love being pregnant, right? But they kind of flopped in the delivery process. 2 C-sections, right? I could sit back and be like, oh, poor me, pity me. Oh, I'm not going to get my tummy back. And no freaking way. I'm going to show these women that with the C-section or not, you can have your abs. Now, abs are totally different. Your skin after you're pregnant, your elasticity depends on your body type, depends on your genetics. That is not something you can control, no matter what. No matter if somebody has X amount of weight to lose and then they lose it, they could have, less elasticity in their skin and have real loose skin. Same with pregnancy. You never know how that's going to end up. But I am here to show people that are just like me that you can get it back, no matter C-section or not. Get back on that success train and go for it. Because remember where your happy spot is. Remember where your sweet spot is of what made you feel good. For me, it was following the food plan of the 21-day fix. With having a C-section, I could not work out for 6 weeks. And then even when I started working out, it took me 2 weeks of slow progression to really be paying attention to my body. Because if you've had a C-section, man, you get pulling or lifting or bending or laughing, you start feeling pulling down there. But again, not an excuse. It's just knowing your body. Some pull is good. A lot of pull is not. Listen to your body and know what it can handle. Keep doing the things that you know create success, just like in building your business. Same as your fitness, same as your business. Pregnancy should not change that. I started the 21-day fix nutrition 3 days after my son. That was the first full day I got home from the hospital. We came home Sunday. I started Monday with the 21-day fix nutrition plan, bumped up 1 category because I was nursing, drank Shakeology daily, lost 23 pounds in 6 weeks, only with following the nutrition plan and Shakeology. And then I started, like I said, I eased into that first round of the workouts, and then I just kept getting better. And I was getting my strength back. I was lifting heavier weights. I was feeling amazing. And then I just stayed there. I just kept going. You just keep doing what works for you. Keep challenging your body. Lift heavier weights. Get uncomfortable. No workout should be comfortable. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Same with your business. If you show up to your business and you're like, yeah, this is so easy, clockwork, do you think anything's going to change? You're not a robot. If you want your business to grow, you got to constantly be learning. No matter if you're 5 years into this business, if you're a millionaire, I don't care what you are. The top coaches in this company do not sit back and relax. They're not good at selling. They're good at connecting. They're good at sharing their story, no matter pregnant or not. No matter if somebody passes away, no matter if somebody is sick. Doesn't matter. I have a coach that is pregnant with baby number 3, and her husband just deployed yesterday for 1 year. 1 year gives me the chills. And her baby's due in July. Do you think anything is stopping her? Because her driving force is to bring him home. I just had another coach that had a baby a few weeks ago, and her husband is deployed currently. He'll be back in July. So again, she had her baby while he was deployed. He got to watch the whole thing on Skype though. It was super awesome. And she found out that if he has to resign in September of 2017, she's like, I can't make it through another one of these. Deployment is the hardest thing I've ever been through. What do you think her why is? You think her why is strong? Heck yeah. That girl is not stopping. Not stopping. Because she has a bigger why, a bigger driving force. No matter pregnant, newborn, whatever. Doesn't matter. I have a coach that has 5 kids. She figures it out. She makes it work. Don't let excuses get in your way. Figure out ways you can sacrifice that you're not taking away from your family. For me, it's early morning. For you, it might be late at night. You know, sometimes you do got to make sacrifices of, you know, like, hey, mom, can you watch the kids for 2 hours on such and such a day? You know, 2 hours to have some focused time would be awesome. Your kids get to be with grandma. That's perfect, right? Trade with your sister, you know, like your brother, somebody, you know, swap with kids to have like a couple hour break or wake up earlier or nap times, lunchtime at work. Filter different time spots. Something that I started doing with my coaches that is super helpful is just I made like what is my to-do list? What are like the non-negotiables that are needing to get done each and every day? And then I get a rough estimate of what their day in the life of them looks like. And I always wake them up 30 minutes earlier. I don't care who you are, what time you wake up, you got 30 minutes. If you want this bad enough, you're willing to sacrifice, right? You get a lot done in 30 minutes. Let me tell you, girl, 30 minutes to follow up, invite, and send friend requests, you get a lot done. You go in with a plan every single month of when your challenge group starts, when your coach opportunity is, and you set yourself up for success in advance. So you have a plan of action that you're going into. Because you are on a mission. There is some reason why you are coaching. You don't let pregnancy hold you back. You let it motivate you. Be a motivator. Be that inspiration to other people. Because I also have coaches that get pregnant and they act like they're broke. And then guess what happens? This goes down the tube even more so than it was. And they want to know why they're not getting paid and why their coaches are quitting. And you know that train. It just keeps going down. It doesn't do any good for you. So if you have a bigger why, a bigger mission, you're not going to stop when you're pregnant. You're going to use that as your driving force for you to connect with many more people. Because how many people on your news feed are pregnant, fit moms? No, not many. Maybe on yours because they're all beach body coaches, right? Get rid of the beach body coaches. I'm telling you, you have a lot more friends. Seriously. Follow a few, get rid of the rest. Let them follow you. Because you have a lot more space for friends. You need a lot more friends in your life to follow you because you're a fit mom that's on a mission. And I say that, and I'm super passionate about it. There should be nothing in your way. You need to literally just take a step over to the side and say, hasta la vista, I don't know who you were, I'm out of here. And you get going on your mission. Because I still have probably 7 to 10 coaches that were on my list from the beginning 5 years ago that I still message, that they're going to be on my team one day. They just don't know it. And I still message them regularly. I'm like, hey, yeah, it's me again. One day you're going to be joining me. You come over to my new house and barbecue. That's what coaching did for me. I can help you do that if you're interested. Because I'm on a mission. It's not about the house. It's not about the money. It's about helping them quit their jobs to be at home with their kids, to create a life of freedom and make memories that are lasting. Figure out your mission and share it with your team. And have that be your driving force every single day. Because then all of those little pieces to your puzzle of being debt-free, wanting to quit your job, wanting to buy groceries every month, wanting to retire your spouse, whatever those goals are, you're going to start just checking them off the list because they're not your focal points. They're just brief stops along the way that you get to celebrate and enjoy the process. But your mission is bigger, so none of them are going to stop you. And just remember, because you're pregnant doesn't mean you're broke. Use that as a reason. I'd get pregnant more often, honestly. Like, I would like to get pregnant a lot more often and have more babies, just so I could show the whole mission. Show these moms that it can be done. I would like to have 4 or 5 babies and say, look, it's still possible. C-section scar might look a little awkward. That's okay. It's your battle wound, right? It's all about the way you look at it. How can you stay positive and keep going on this mission? So really bring it back to your mindset, you guys. I'm dead on serious. If you are not reaching a goal, if you're stuck, if you're feeling like, I show up each and every day and nobody's responding. How many people feel like that? Like, you're showing up to work your business each and every day and like nobody's hearing you. Am I the only one that ever felt like that? No? No, other people. Okay, just making sure. Me too. I listen to like an hour or 2 hours of personal development a day because I got laundry to fold, I have dishes to do, I have a house to clean, I have a car to wash, I got kids to run around. It's perfect time to utilize that time. Always be learning, always be growing. You always get ideas. Now, make sure that when you are doing that, you always have something to implement because you can't just keep listening and never implement. Your business doesn't go anywhere. You're not going to go anywhere. Make sure that you're learning and growing and implementing at the same time. But truly, honestly, you need to focus on your belief and your mindset and yourself. And really know and rid those limiting beliefs. Once I realized what my limiting beliefs were, it wasn't until I was like, they were like smacking me in the face. And I will tell you, when we just bought this house, I just picked up the key right before this call. But when we just made this big house purchase, I will tell you, my main limiting belief was maxed to the hilt by many people. So at a point that I was pushing so hard, I was dealing with a lot of opinions. And yeah, it hurt. It hurt. I cried. You know, you have to process it. But I remember looking at my husband and saying, if I was not in a space to completely understand and accept what my limiting belief was and recognize it, I would not be able to handle it in the way I was handling it. Because I was using it as my driving force to show these people that what's possible. Because they're still in that limiting belief that I was in. My goal is not met. I have a legacy to leave. A legacy for my family. Some might doubt me, but that's not going to do anything for me. You're going to have naysayers. You're going to have people that doubt you. You're going to have a lot of opinions thrown at you. But that shouldn't stop your mission. That's why I'm saying you have to have a mission. Don't let any of those things stop your mission. I've had doctors tell people that we're healthy not to exercise. I want to go talk to these doctors. Who in God's name is going to tell a fit person not to exercise unless they have underlying issues, right? This person did not have underlying issues. They were healthy. And not to exercise? What the hell's wrong with you? Seriously. Luckily, this girl knows, and she knows her body. So she continued to exercise only to have phenomenal energy, to not get sick this pregnancy like she did the last time, and come out with not gaining a ton of weight and lost it like that. Know your body and what you're capable of. Know your mindset and what you can do. and know and believe that you are unstoppable and you have so many people to inspire and change. Don't use pregnancy or being a mom as a reason of why you can't work your business, because I will jump through this computer and slap you silly. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Rose will call me. I'll hunt you down. I'm serious. It drives me nuts. I see and know the potential in this business. Don't quit on yourself. Don't let these things get in your way. Keep going and keep putting one foot in front of the other. None of us are doing anything different. Network with other people. I love to network outside of my team. So then that way I can get fresh new ideas and I can share what I'm doing, right? You share. That's what it's all about, right? We're sharing our journey. We're sharing our information. There's no secret in this business. You just have to be your voice. You have to sell yourself on your social media page. It's not about selling your products. You're selling you. That's why people are going to come to you and be like, you were the fit mom that exercised during her whole pregnancy. I want to know what you did. Oh, poof, piece of cake. And I actually have a challenge group for that. You have a plan. You go in with a plan. You have a reason. You rid your excuses. So that's all I have for you. Really, really honestly, focus on your mindset and your belief and come up with your mission statement. That's what I would love to see you guys do in your team page. Just so you have a focal point. It really helped change things for me to have more of a focal point of what the bigger picture was, because no matter the success you have, your mission is still going to be there. There's still going to be many, many more people out there that need your help. And have your mission direct reflection of what you are working on, what you struggled with, what you're overcoming. I have a coach that has PCOS and she grew up feeling like she never had any support. So I told her, I'm like, how amazing would you feel to be looking around at your team and realize that you had a team of moms that struggled with PCOS and that didn't have a support system? How freaking awesome would that be? And it's so specific because it's what she has struggled with. So keep it focused on what you struggle with and get out there and find people. If you're talking to generic Facebook, everybody's going to hear you, but nobody's going to connect. Very, very few are going to connect. You need to be focused on you and what you're doing, and you need to find more people like you. So if you're wondering why people aren't responding and connecting with what you're posting, look at your Facebook friends. Are they people like you? Maybe you need to get out there and find new friends. Or maybe you need to get more vulnerable and uncomfortable and share more of your story. Because this very same coach, nobody would know on her page that she had PCOS. Because she doesn't share it. And she deals with it and struggles with it on a daily basis. Put out there what you want to receive back. Your vibe is your tribe. What you put out there is what you're going to receive. People know that you're on a mission. You're showing up each and every day. And you struggle with the same thing. They want to be a part of it. You're going to be that positive beacon of light that they connect with, that they don't connect with other Beachbody coaches on. And people want to be surrounded with other people just like them. So that's all I got for you. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm more than happy to answer.
Thanks, Jessie. You brought it. I just love your fire and your passion for this and just keeping it real. No excuses. Don't use this or that as an excuse. Use it as the fire to keep you going and pushing. Yeah, I just absolutely love that. And from Lisa's call, and I'll kind of tattle on myself, when I became a full-time coach, I kind of let myself sleep in and kind of do things that I normally would have kind of sacrificed when I was working. But now, since, I was working doing Beachbody full time, I kind of let it slide a little bit. But your call, I woke up at 6:00 on Friday.
Yay!
I know. I was like, oh my gosh. So getting up,
extra coffee.
I got up just, that 3 extra hours. I mean, that's 3 hours that I was getting quality time, focused work done. Not, up late at night, kind of like my mind's not focused because I'm tired and whatever, wired and tired. So, I mean, I can't speak because I've never been a mom, but those, extra, even if it's a half hour early, really, really will make a huge difference in getting things done.
Well, and the one thing I forgot to share was, I always hear moms say like, oh, I woke up, 3 times in the middle of the night to nurse. I can't wake up early. Oh, and so, like I had to do the same thing. I mean, I had to wake up multiple times in the middle of the night to nurse. When my alarm clock went off at 4:45 in the morning, my bun still got out of bed, even if 15 minutes ago I just went to bed. He's going to end up waking up again while I'm working to eat. You figure it out. When you have the alarm clock set, you pull your buns out of bed and you make it happen, or else your business isn't going to grow. There are going to be sacrifices along the way, but don't let those hiccups be your excuse. And nursing too, like you're sleep deprived. What mom isn't sleep deprived, right? You could be a mom of full-grown kids and be sleep deprived.
Does anyone have any questions for Jessie? She's here. Let's learn from her. Just click on the left little microphone in the left-hand corner. Questions? I know there's a couple moms on that are pregnant right now. Come on.
Okay, I'll go. Oh.
You there?
Anyone go?
Okay, I'll go. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Hi. Thank you so much, Jessica. Perfect topic. I'm a mom of 3, and I'm new. I'm only going into my 3rd month of doing this, and I feel like my head is spinning recently with trying to juggle just being a mom and running, trying to grow this business. And I guess I would just want to ask, what would you suggest? Because I need to really work on that whole power hour that I've been told about. I'm not doing well with that at all. I'm all over the place. Every time, I get a message or I get a notification or I need to, turn off my phone. I know I need to do all of that stuff, but when I do make that power hour, what is it that I should be working on? Where should I be going? What's
in
my
your power hour?
Yes.
You know what? Why don't I send you, I will send it to Rose and she can share it with your team. I created a power hour with sample invites, sample hey girl messages, and how many people to invite and how many people to friend request. And you can use that as your power hour. And literally what I did was I take that into chunks of time and I'll say 15 minutes, invite 10 people. 15 minutes, do 10 follow-ups. 10 minutes to do 5 new friend requests. 10 minutes to check my recently added friends and send messages to them. I break it down into chunks of time. And so the biggest thing that I need that for is that when it comes to answering your messages on Facebook, you could be stuck there for hours.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Stuck in the news feed for hours and your notifications can be just totally blowing up. Turn your notifications off, number 1. I even turn my notifications off on my text messages because my phone will blow up. And because I always tell my coaches, if you have an issue, text me. If you have new coaches, text me. I want to help you. But that could be blowing up all day long. And when I turn the notifications off, that instant, I got to go do it. I got to go. I got to answer their messages. Doesn't happen. I will go check my phone. If I have like 10 minutes, I'll go check my phone and answer a couple messages. It's a pocket of time, but it's on my time, right? So that power hour, I'll send it over to Rose and she can share it with you. It really helps even like my seasoned leaders that are like completely overcomplicating it and so stressed and overwhelmed, and because they think they have to do everything that everybody else is doing, rein in their time management and feel more balanced. So for me, truly, honestly, this business is not stressful for me. I've gone through times where I'm like, want to pull my hair out. I'm like, how the hell do people do this? And then I found structure. And let me tell you, I'm not a structured person. I'm like a fly by night, spontaneous. Let's go have fun. Like, you know, just out there. And I needed structure in my life in order to find balance and not be overwhelmed and stressed. So you can too. It's, for me, like I said, waking up early. So I literally look at that to-do list and I just start cranking it out. And it's the action steps first. It's inviting, it's following up, it's adding new friend requests, it's checking into my challenge groups, commenting on their posts. It's all the action that's going to build your business first when I start my to-do list, because you have to eat that frog. The first things that you, or the last things that you do usually aren't the things that need to get done. They're the things that you don't want to do. And so they're going to get done last. And usually people don't like to invite and they don't like to follow up. And if you're not going to invite and follow up, you're not going to build your business. And then the other thing is, I know this is harsh, but it's so true. If you're going to sit there and check your notifications in your news feed, and then you're running out of time and you want to know why your kids are asking why mommy's on the phone all the time, can you justify and tell them that you just wasted an hour of their time because you had to see what everybody else was doing? Doesn't that sound really bad? It's true though. Like you don't go anywhere. You don't get anything done. You're wasting time. You're taking time away. Think about that. Like when I heard that, it was like, ooh, that stung. Turn your notifications off. Makes a huge difference. And then take those action steps first. And Rose, I'll send you that list over so you can share it with them. Great question though. But really the structure will help you. And the other thing is too, when somebody answers you back, do not give instant response to it, because then you are setting people up for the expectation that you're always working, you're always on. And then you're going to get into that instant message back and forth. And if you do that, then there goes another hour of your time.
Jennifer, did you have a question?
Yes, I did. I was saying that I'm not a mom and I'm not pregnant, but I do have a lot of moms or mom-to-be on my friends list. Now, she was saying that the 21-day fix and the Slim and Six is really good. Mm-hmm. And with me not ever being in that position, I'm kind of uncomfortable with talking about fitness with ladies who are pregnant, because I don't know, what your body can handle with something like that. So do you guys have any tips on how I would get that conversation started?
I would totally share other people's stories. So perfect example. When I came into this business, I was really motivated by Lisa's story. She had amazing weight loss success with Shakeology. And I saw that as a way for me to help more people. Now, did I have that experience of losing a bunch of weight, with it? No. Was I uncomfortable to share her story? Heck no. I was super proud of this is what's possible. It gave me a way to help more people that I couldn't connect with on my level, with my story. So share other people's stories so that you have an opportunity to better help them.
Okay. Thank you.
You bet.
I have a question.
Yeah.
This is Jessica. So, Jessica, thank you for your call tonight. It was awesome, and it's perfect timing because I am almost 29 weeks.
Yay!
And I've been trying to do a lot of the things that you mentioned of staying, super positive and, making sure that I stay present in my business and staying on point with, nutrition and sharing those aspects of how you can maintain a healthy pregnancy. So I've been really trying to do that more so for myself, but, as it would help my business as well. But I wanted to know how you, if you went across these kind of difficulties, how you handled being someone who is trying to maintain their health, but still struggling with your own kind of insecurities, because I'm 4'11", so there's not much room for baby to go and weight to gain. But how you help people kind of get through that mental challenge of watching the weight come on, even though you're doing most of what you can to continue with a healthy pregnancy. How that mental battle comes into play, and how you might advise someone on how to handle that, even though they're doing what they most of the time should be doing. And those setbacks, like physically, when you are figuring out what your body's going to do in pregnancy, how you can address the modifications and things like that. I don't know if that makes sense as a question, but
is this for you?
it's for me. Yeah. And, as to give advice to other people, because I'm going through it with my own body, but, everything that you read, everything's so different from one pregnancy to the next. And, you're listening to your body as much as you can, but, you're still, it's still a big time. I feel like it's a mind game, because you feel like you're doing what you can, but you are still struggling with what's going on with your own body.
Your body is like taking its own world, right? Like you have this little human being inside of you. And if you're, at your goal weight or you're fit before, you sure as heck don't feel fit when you are, second trimester. You're like, whoa, what happened? And you're not seeing, like, you're not showing progress. So it really is hard. Your progress is completely opposite, right? So the biggest thing I would say is embrace the change and know that you are doing your best to put your best foot forward to eat healthy majority of the time. I mean, come on now, like we all like treats every now and then. We're normal. But to embrace the change. And like, honestly, I looked at it as like, I don't care how much weight I gain. My mission is to show them how quickly it can come off. Because I went to fitness conventions as a personal trainer. I sat right next to a girl that gained 75 pounds during her pregnancy and taught kickboxing classes 5 freaking days a week. You want to talk about frustrating, right? She had a horrible diet, diet. So it's really just putting your best foot forward and recognizing and owning that your body is going to take shape. It's going to change. Every pregnancy is different. Everybody gains weight differently. Everybody carries differently. It looks different on different people. And the biggest thing is just to embrace it, love it, own it, and recognize like, okay, I have X amount more time to enjoy this process. I wonder what next month I'm going to look like or what this month is going to look like. No matter what your tummy looks like, stretch marks, funky bumping going on, kids get positioned in different spaces. Share that, because those people that are on your Facebook that struggle with different things like that are going to connect with that. I love seeing these moms show their post-baby belly that have stretch marks and loose skin, because that is something that majority of moms deal with, right? So it's something that people can relate to. And for me, I just want to be as relatable as I can to other people on my newsfeed. And I think it just is a lot of personal growth and development as well in that area, because just like you said, mindset, your mindset is, okay. You have to really embrace the change in the process, but mentally work on that, because for somebody, especially when you're first pregnant with your first child, I think that transformation can be hard to accept if you just got to a place of physical transformation before you got pregnant and you were used to that change, and then you feel like you might be going back in a direction that you were once at. You know, I've experienced that with a lot of people too. Biggest thing though, I would say, is just to really reflect on what you have control of. And that would be your fitness, what you put into your body, the amount of water you get, and, you know, what you're doing on a daily basis. And then just your mental mindset of focusing and working on that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, that goes for anybody, you know, for you to be able to help other people, because if you're struggling with that and you are going through that experience, those are great topics to talk about. Because if you were to share something on that, your social media about that, you know, exact topic, you're going to get a lot of conversation going on. And it's just a way for you to embrace and enjoy the process.
Thank you.
You bet.
Anyone else? Last call. All right. Thank you so much, Jessica, for taking your time out. Your kids were awesome. We didn't hear it.
Yeah. Gracie's in her bathing suit doing water balloons. Not sure if you guys heard.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome, you guys. Thanks so much. And I'll send that over. I have to jet out, but I'll send that power hour over either later tonight or in the morning. And then that way she can share that with you guys.
Thank you.
Okay. You bet. Take care. Bye-bye.
See ya.